Hey guys, what's going on? It's Karl here, back with another episode and coming at you guys with 5 reasons why you should grab one of these brand new Samsung Galaxy S7 devices. I've completely made the switch. They've been my daily driver for the past 2 weeks, and these are my top 5 picks of why you should buy one, in case you were wondering. Number 1, physical design. When you first glance at the brand new GS7, it looks very similar to the Galaxy S6, and that isn't exactly a bad thing. A lot of people praise the GS6 for finally changing up Samsung's approach for smartphone builds. It comes with a full glass back with full aluminum enclosures, making it a very premium device, and I want to say on par with the likes of the iPhone. The classic S7 has a 5.1 inch screen, whereas the larger brother, the S7 Edge, has a 5.5 inch screen, comes with a slightly larger battery, which makes it my overall preference. 3600 milliamps compared to 3000 should give you extra juice to last you all day. But in terms of holding the phone, it now has curved backs just like the Galaxy Note, so it feels very comfortable to hold in the hands, and it shouldn't have too many sharp edges like the previous models. If you're looking for a well-designed phone that feels great in your hands, feels very premium, look no further than the GS7. Number 2, the camera. I'm not gonna stop raving about this thing. I fully made the switch over from my iPhone 6s, which I thought was hands down the best camera ever. Let me erase that memory. This thing is hands down the greatest camera that I have used for any smartphone. It's got a 12 megapixel rear shooter with a dual pixel image sensor and an f1.7 aperture, giving nice shallow depth of field and bokeh for days. Taking quick snapshots, it is extremely fast to autofocus, performs great in low light, shoots in 4K. Not to mention later on, this thing is waterproof. I think this might be my go-to device for shooting all sorts of video footage while I'm on the go. Be sure to sub to the channel for all of my sample shots and video footage. Just don't get me wrong, take my advice, trust me on this one. This camera is awesome and it is worth the upgrade alone, in my opinion. Number 3, expandable memory. Finally, Samsung listened to something. All of the angry Android fanboys out there that hated the GS6 for taking this away. Expandable memory finally comes back in the forms of a micro SD card. You can expand it up to 256 gigs. Someone correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments, but such a needed feature and such a plus for all Android users out there. Number 4, performance. Don't get me wrong, tech specs, Geekbench 3 scores can only go so far, but the GS7 can back up all those specs, can back up the performance, since it is one snappy piece of kit. Inside we have the latest and greatest chipsets, Exynos 8890 processor in most of the world. In the States we've got the Snapdragon 820, Adreno 530 GPU, and 4 gigs of RAM to make the S7 the snappiest, once again, the snappiest device that I've used to date in terms of an Android device. Ships with Marshmallow 6.0.1 out of the box. Every single thing that you throw at this device, there was zero, absolutely zero hint of lag, and the best Android experience that I've ever had on a smartphone. Whether I was gaming, multitasking, everything that I threw at the GS7, it absolutely crushed without breaking a sweat, without stuttering, without lagging whatsoever. This thing is a beast in terms of performance. If you're making the upgrade from even an iPhone, I'll say 6S, you will notice a difference in terms of speed. Number 5, last but not least, the GS7 is waterproof. That's right, it survives any sort of water torture that you throw at it, whether you dunk it in a beer glass like this, happen to drop it in a toilet, happen to go swimming with it. The GS7 should survive without any sorts of issues, and it doesn't have all of those weird flaps like the Galaxy S5 used to have, which is really nice. This is proof you can build a beautiful phone using great premium materials without sacrificing that waterproof feature. This thing is a go-to whether you're traveling. Never be scared, they will survive some water. If I left any reasons off this list, make sure you leave them down below in the comments, but those were my top 5 picks of why I would make that switch or why I should buy the brand new Galaxy S7, just in case you were wondering and just in case you were on the fence. I've been so impressed. This camera is just awesome. cannot get around that. If you guys like this video though, be sure to go nuts over on that like button. Make sure to hit that little red subscribe button so you stay updated with all Galaxy S7 news and more sweet content. And I will catch the rest of you, of course, in either my next episode or vlog. Peace.